Greetings. Welcome to the world premiere of Time to Explain episode number 1. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this presentation from Destiny Tracker.
I saw you get ambushed, so I came to help. You really don't remember any of that?
I don't remember anything.
There's something I've been looking for a very long time. This is the Ishtar Collective.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the world premiere of Time to Explain episode 1. My name is Jay, and joining me this week are the people who worked on this episode. So, first up, we have the writer, Blue Crew. What's up, man?
How's it going?
I was going to say the numbers, but I totally forgot. I apologize.
No, it's all right.
Welcome,
I've heard a lot of different iterations of it. So
Is it 86? 76?
yeah.
Is it? Okay, I should have said it. All right. But welcome, man. Welcome. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm trying to see if we're gonna get attacked by a minion. So I don't think he's realized that I'm on stream yet.
Okay.
So we might be safe.
Cameo appearance.
Yeah. All of a sudden, black. Yeah.
All right, guys. Next up, we have one of the artists on this project, Miss Noodle.
Hey guys.
Welcome. How are you today?
Not too bad. Just had dinner, so I'm good.
Nice. Next up, we have an editor on the project, Killer Beast 61. I remember those numbers.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
The numbers are important. The numbers are very important.
The numbers are important, man.
Yes.
And then the last is the director himself, Etski. What's up, man? How are you?
How is it going, man? Yeah, I'm good. Just had dinner as well, so
Nice.
funnily enough, I had ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles? I haven't had that in a while. I should try that. Alright, guys. So, we all know what we're all here for. The world's premiere of episode 1 of Time to Explain. But even though I kind of just listed everyone's roles, I want you guys to tell us what exactly you do. So, Killer Beast, you first, man.
All right. So I wrote the main narrative for our machinima. Came up with the idea and totally brought everything to a screeching halt with that idea. Messed up the
This
whole
is
thing.
true. This is now kidding.
Just to tie everything together. So I did that, and then yeah, I'm just one of the editors. We have a few, but I'm one of them that's bringing everything together, making it look good.
Well, thank you.
Don't let him not take too much credit because he's done amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
I try to be modest. It's a tough job.
Don't let him.
Trying to like balance the YouTube with this. I mean, Jay has texted me at like 5 in the morning, like, "Are you gonna wake up and make this video, or am I gonna have to come get you?"
It's true. I apologize
terrible.
when we missed some weekly reset. Nah, I'm kidding.
It's totally my. No, don't
Nah,
apologize for
nah.
anything. Apologize for nothing.
All right, Blue, you're up next, man.
I think I should be the humble one here because I just wrote the the words that you guys hear, and I messed it up.
I just made the whole thing.
I just did the voice and the words. They made it look pretty. So that's, I mean, that to me is, that's like trying to watch them do all the video. I was like, that is beyond what I was even thinking. It's amazing. But yeah, no, you guys tossed us this idea, and I know there's a number of other people behind us that are going to be coming on later, as far as different installments. But yeah, so it was tougher than I thought to concisely explain different ages in, what was it, 10 minutes?
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, 3 ages, 10 minutes. Oh, God. But it was a fun exercise. It was definitely a fun exercise.
I've realized that this project was a lot larger than I thought it would be.
Well, and it was so funny
bigger.
because we were in the chat. I'm like, am I misunderstanding what's being asked? Like, because then like there was a couple other people who were like, how are you doing this? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna start writing, and we're gonna see what happens. So
it was like, wow. It was like we created that outline, and I was like, holy fuck, this is gonna be a Netflix series. I was like, okay, how long is this going to take? And then we planned out all the way till the end of August. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
Well, I think we were all really scared to see how the final version of episode 1 was going to come out, because I mean, I don't think any of us really had any idea what was going on in everyone's head.
It was
it was like, we're like Bungie. Like, we didn't know what we were making. At first, like we
twice,
even
don't pull a Bungie.
Don't pull a
Let's not pull a
Bungie.
Bungie.
Like, we didn't know what we were making at first, but
Sorry guys, we'll delay it for Destiny 3. Yeah.
Yeah, we rewrote everything.
Yeah.
I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to finish this lore series.
before I explain the title, Miss Noodle, you're up next. Tell us what you do here on the project.
I really did the smallest piece. I just made something look pretty.
No.
I don't think I'm allowed to say what I did, but I did a little known character, and I think that was more challenging because, it's not someone you're just going to see in the everyday game. So, yeah.
And it turned out awesome, and I cannot wait to see what's next from you. And Etski, the man who made it all happen, what's up? What is your role here, man? Because I know you.
Well,
late nights.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, like Blue said, it was he gave me the sound. I just made it all look pretty, and then tied.
Don't let him make that sound like it wasn't a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. Trust me.
Yeah, it was. It did
really
change
pull
so many
together,
times.
It did.
Bringing a bunch of people that has never actually worked with each other before, and then getting them all to schedule and organize each other and bring all their parts together. Yeah, that was a bit difficult, but I think as the project develops, this will actually turn out into something pretty good. So
I'm excited to what we all have created. Like, it's pretty awesome. But I just want to say about the title. Everyone loves the title, and I just want to give some history behind. I just want to give some history behind it.
Forget your
It was amazing.
So we're all in a group chat, and Killer Beast lists like 60 different names, and then I come in and I say one name. I say "Time to Explain," and boom, everyone loves it. It was just awesome. And then that's the title. So thank you, everyone. I created the title.
Destin Legary tweeted out, "Nice title, man."
Even Destin Legary is like, awesome title. People on Reddit are saying nice title. I'm just like, thank you. I worked hard.
If they only saw the list, I was flexing some creative writing
skills. It was like 60 different names. And it's not only him.
Giving him his elimination list.
Yeah,
what we're not going with.
That was the whole project, honestly, was, just throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what would stick.
Yeah. if we were all in just one big office, we would have like one big whiteboard with so many different ideas on it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. But yeah, so let's show it. Let's show people what we have been working on, and then we'll do a short recap on it. All right.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. So this is Time to Explain, episode 1. I hope you guys enjoy.
Humanity wished to build something in its own image. Something capable of doing what they simply could not. A forgotten goal for a forgotten time. Yet, they succeeded. I am a war machine, built with human hands to fight human battles. You? You are a survival machine, built by the engine of evolution. If I exist only to kill, then why was I given emotions? I was built in your image, but you are so flawed. It is believed there is only one way to think. That's why the exo mind is so human, because all higher thought converges. This is what I believe happened back in the time before any exo can remember. It explains everything. I think someone wanted to live forever.
Titan! Titan, get up! This isn't a place for a nap. We have to go. I've got the right flank. You keep them off of the left.
Are you gonna tell me what I just woke up to?
What was that?
Why are we being shot at?
The Vex are always shooting at us. Shoot back.
What do you mean shoot back? There's too many. There's no way we'll kill them all.
Oh, you've got a better plan?
Yeah, it's called run. Alright, you want to tell me what I just woke up in the middle of? Man, that scene back there was insane. We could have died.
Whoa, relax. I just saved you, and this is the thanks I get?
Saved me? That's what you call saving someone? And what are these robots?
Yes, I saved you. I saw you get ambushed, so I came to help. You really don't remember any of that?
What? No. I don't remember anything, actually. What's going on? What did you do to me?
Relax. I didn't do anything to you. Let me just finish what I came here to do, and we can get you to the tower.
Fine, let's just make it fast. So they time travel.
Yeah.
And were they really teleporting?
Do you really ask this many questions?
Look, I don't remember anything. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here, okay? I just woke up and... why are you stopping?
Because we're here. We found it.
So what is it? What did we find? Is this what you came here for? Is a broken computer? Oh my god.
Will you lower your voice? You're gonna get us caught. Who knows how many Fallen are down here. There's something I've been looking for a very long time, and I get the feeling that it's in this console right here. All knowledge of the lost golden age can be found here. It's been locked away for centuries, and I finally found it. This is the Ishtar Collective.
Archive of Delve 73, Freehold Station, Meridian Bay, Mars. OWL Sector Forward Specialist Designate 89546. Guardian of the Vanguard, Unit 84935. Record as follows. Here's a summary for those who are not wanting to read the full report. Don't touch unknown tech, especially in a Clovis Bray facility. unless you want to receive a crash course in Thanatonautics, which is the Warlock's fancy way of saying curiosity killed the cat and then brought it back. Anyways, here's what I remember. I know that Owl Sector wants all the details, so I'm going to try to get as much of it as possible. But before I start, I really emphasize the fact that non-Guardians should not be allowed in this area. There's way too much defective pieces of tech. Without a ghost to pull you back, you ain't walking out of here. It was another regular recon for Trivia and I, something that Owl Sector had started outsourcing to Guardians after losing too many teams to random surprises out here in the wilds. We were roughly 3 miles below Freehold Station, and had spent about 6 days wandering in the darkness there. When we finally managed to undercover a lab with something in it, at first we were pretty sure it was just an old terminal, one of those old immersion rigs that humanity seemed to have been so obsessed with before the collapse. Regardless, we got the thing powered up. You'd have to refer to Triv's diagnostic notes for the full details. I know most of what was being said at the time really wasn't my concern, because the machine just really started acting odd. Needless to say, I stuck my head in to see what was going on, and that's when I got hit with the first bolt. Triv said it threw me across the room. All I really remember is looking at the display nodes and then suddenly being thrown aside. But it wasn't like physically getting thrown. It was like the machine grabbed my mind and yanked it to the side. And what I saw, though, it was amazing. I know you have the transcripts of the conversation between Triv and I while we were down there, but words cannot do it justice. I was actually able to see things from our past. I got to, for a brief time, experience what it was like to exist in the Golden Age. I know that many will doubt that, but it's true. And the term Golden Age doesn't begin to encompass what we had. You think we're advanced or that our tech is amazing now? They had things that made our best ideas seem like the scribblings of a child in comparison. I mean, granted, this was all deep within the heart of a Clovis Bray research facility, so we have to put it in context, but still, they had devices that I can't even begin to describe. Technology so small you couldn't see, yet able to build anything. The ability to project your mental self into a robotic form, which could pass as some of the more robust frames in the city. Devices which, just by being in the same room as them, created a sense of grief that I haven't felt in a long time. Or even a really odd sense of belonging to something that really rivaled the sense of that feeling when you click with a good fire team. The big find, though, was when I was actually able to get a glimpse of archives from that facility. They had immersive abilities to render events that made it as if you were actually present for the event. I must have reviewed the initial contact with the Traveler a good number of times. Figures of note that we've only read about in the research notes from the Warlocks, I got to see. Jacob Hardy, the pilot, main figure of the Eris 1 project, a figure we know a bit about if you dive headfirst into the notes from researchers back in the city. He was a man of distinct awareness. He had speeches and notes that made my head spin trying to remember them. And I'm not the dullest tool in the shed by any means, if I do say so myself. You had teams of researchers that were competing with the minds within Clovis Bray. One that comes to mind immediately is Ishtar Academy's dream team of Dwayne McKnight, Essie, Shem, and Sundaresh, and their amazing breakthroughs regarding, interestingly enough, the Vex networks. There were murmurs of cult-like meetings within the Clovis Bray teams, rumored to be obsessed with trans-temporal observations, and this caught my attention because that's honestly exactly what I was doing. But I couldn't find any records of their meetings. In hindsight, that's not a huge surprise. Triv managed to get me back before I was able to really get into the meat of the records that they had, and I have to admit, I was immediately trying to get back in there. But we had to work out a few problems with the device that had come up. Mainly, there was something about the energy output or input equalizer that was acting up with Triv's ability to monitor everything. Again, you'll have to ask her. She wasn't about to let me back in there without being able to see how things were going, though. Ghost, you know? After we managed to patch up a few of the software glitches that apparently were interfering with everything, Triv let me get back in again. After this, totally get why the Thanatonautes have that look of obsession whenever you get them chatting over a cup of their favorite brew. Totally understand it now. We had also managed to find a control panel that seemed to be something that would let Triv access the targeted observation point. After pointing out that we didn't know how much juice this thing had left in it, Triv convinced me that we should try to cast the platform to a different time. So we settled on the collapse, right? Nothing like testing things out in the middle of a galactic upheaval, am I right? Anyways, Triv got it all set up while I got situated. Figured we'd try to use the seat this time instead of the ground. Yeah, I know. You know how it is. Triv gave me a heads up and we fired up the platform. Never gonna be able to forget that feeling. But when I landed, I don't know if that's the best word, but that's what it feels like. It was clear that this was not going to be a calm stroll through peaceful halls like last time. This was something any Guardian's going to recognize. This was a war zone. Explosions were decorating the horizon, and looking down, I was surprised to find a rudimentary fusion rifle in my hands. The primordial roar and screeches, though, man, that brought me back to my own experiences with the Taken and Hive in our time. And I was watching as just squads of humanity were just being ripped apart around me by these monstrosities. And above, ships are screaming past. The booms of their engines were competing with the explosions that they dropped around us. The craters were doing next to nothing to stop the onslaught of the beast that were just eating everything. And through the smoke and flames there, above it all sat the Traveler. Our wounded god was still whole in this vision, at least from what I was able to see. And as I watched, this hum filled the air, and these shimmering waves of energy just cascaded across its surface, as the Golden Age is collapsing around it. And a wave of really what could only be described as this weaponized pure light blasted outwards from its alabaster shell. And as that wave engulfed me, everything went black. I woke up in the powered down device. Triv basically was having the equivalent of a ghost heart attack. Needless to say, my insistence of going back in wasn't something she was eager to agree to. But I convinced her to let me do one last trip. This time to the Dark Age. Something a bit calmer than last time, This trip, though. This one, I'll be honest, this one hit me in the gut. We Guardians know we're different, right? We were more powerful, more resilient to the world that we exist in. Ask any of us hunters who have spent time out here beyond the walls. This world isn't pretty. But compared to that of the Dark Age, we have it easy. Most of us know the stories of the Lords of Iron, the challengers to the warlords, and the early precursors to our own Guardian ranks, but what of the humans, the Awoken, and the exo-civilians, who were the collateral damage to these titanic battles? I've now seen firsthand the devastation, and it opens your eyes. I landed in a village, something of a hamlet, I guess you would have called it. I'm not sure the geographical location, but it was on Earth, and it was cold. So cold. Snow and ice were everywhere, storm winds that were powerful enough to just knock you off your feet if you didn't pay mind to where your feet were. And in the midst of this light forsaken place, there was a man who bore the Traveler's light. The Warlord of the Ice is the name they gave him. This was a village which existed at the whim of this tyrant. I arrived in time to see what apparently was a common demonstration of his power. A hollow challenge between one of the villagers who had in some way offended the Warlord. Needless to say, this poor Exo had no chance. He didn't make it but a few seconds before the Warlord had disabled him. But instead of a clean death, instead of a professional and quick kill, this creature began to play with the Exo. I'm not gonna retell the events. You don't want to know what this Warlord did. Suffice to say, the animal was lucky that I only was able to observe. My knives are still itching for his throat, and I know that he's long been returned to the void. Triv pulled me out of there shortly after he had strung the Exo up along the perimeter of the village to either warn new arrivals of his power or to remind his prisoners of who was in charge. I couldn't tell you. But I want to make a point of saying this. Any who think that the Guardians are monsters and freaks of nature, we are nothing compared to the filth which the lords and ladies of Iron saved your ancestors from. Be glad of that.
Record closed for archive of Delve 73, Freehold Station, Meridian Bay, Mars. Owl Sector Forward Specialist, Designate 89546, Guardian of the Vanguard, Unit Number 89435. Galloway out.
I'd be up for it. Do like a Talking Dead episode.
Welcome back. So, we're done.
All right, we're good.
We're done. Thank you guys so much. It was just gonna be one episode, guys, and we're done. Pack up, go home.
Enjoyed it. Destiny 2's canceled.
Destiny 2's canceled. All right. So Etski, I do want to start off with you, man. Since you were the director for this, I know there were a lot of complications behind. Is that a word? Yeah, it is. Behind scenes. So just tell us, man, what happened? How did you make this look beautiful?
A lot of last-minute decisions and experimenting, sort of. With obviously, Killer was there to help out and write all the machinima side of it. But when it came to the main segment, I was sort of a bit lost in how to approach it, because throughout the series, I want to go through different sort of techniques on explaining these stories. But for this one, I was a bit lost. So just a random idea came up in my head to just go follow that hunter around as he's scouting around Mars, and that's how it ended up.
So what was the hardest part about this? Not even this whole project, just episode 1.
It was probably
everything.
Yeah, it's. I think for that it was getting a piece of writing and audio recording from Blue, and then trying to figure a way to visualize that and make it immersive enough that, you know, it doesn't get boring after a while. So I think that was probably the hardest bit. Yeah, I don't know.
Alright. So Miss Noodle, your Osiris piece, that was yours, right?
Yes, it was.
So how did you create that? What was your thought process behind it?
I mean, I think everybody who's been to the lighthouse knows of that little room that's down below it. And I had that in mind as soon as the idea came up about maybe doing Osiris and hiding. And, you know, I pictured the little table and him sitting there with just candlelight and just writing away in it. And I just kind of went with it.
That was actually really, really cool. With the candle and how it was like flaming. So good job on that.
Yeah, that looked amazing.
And Killer Beast, what was the hardest part about doing the machinima part? Besides adding it last minute. No, I'm kidding.
Besides convincing everyone it was a good idea.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
I'd say the hardest part was taking the script. Oh, I just hit my mic. Taking the script that the writers would send to us and try and anticipate how a transition from, you know, machinima to that main lore portion, like we saw with the hunter, how that's going to happen. Because I mean, the whole idea behind the machinima was to come up with, you know, we're telling a lot of stories that are based on what Bungie wrote for us, but you know, we also kind of want to tell our own. So to set it apart. So, and tie it all together, give us a reason to go and find those stories. So that was really the hardest part was, you know, why are we in a certain area and how does this tie into the story that we want to tell?
Yeah, it like that machinima part came a long way, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. So thank you for adding that. It was a nice segue into Blue's part. I like that.
And that's its whole. That's the purpose that it serves, is to establish us in the present and allow us to journey. You know, we've got a lot of different writers here.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say. Essentially, we've got what 8, 9 different writers and 3 or 4 different editors, everybody with a different style, and nobody's worked with each other before, apart from say some of the DTR guys. So yeah, that was to be able to tie in.
It to be like, you know, we want people to know that this is all a part of the same series, you know. But if you know, and we also wanted all of our writers to have creative freedom. Same thing with the editors editing that those stories. You know, we've got one segment like this where it was security cam footage of a hunter traveling through a facility, a broken down facility on Mars. But you know, later on we might have, you know, a war story from someone at the Battle of, you know, Six Fronts or something. And we want those all to feel, well, this is just off the top of my head, you know. We want all that to, you know, seem like it belongs together in the same story. So
yeah. So Blue, how hard was it to like create that script? And just tell us your thought process, man.
Creating the script was actually I do a lot of like freeform creative writing on the side, and I play like D&D and stuff. So like once I start down a process, it's really easy. And you know, I was talking to these guys about it a little bit while you guys were playing. These 2 characters are actually, you know, kind of in my head, my main characters that I play. So they already exist, I guess, as far as like the personalities and stuff. Like this entire scenario was definitely a unique thing, and I mean, my hat's off to you guys. You guys are taking completely unique perspectives and styles and merging them into a single unifying story, which is not an easy process. And I think it's really cool, you know, like you guys were saying. Also, a lot of the people who are doing the writing, especially, we don't normally work together in this sense. Like we have a lot of behind the scenes collaboration, you know, within the lore community. We bounce ideas off each other all the time. You know, especially if we're like, hey, I think this is what this means. What do you guys think? Do you have anything that disproves this? You know, and all that. But to actually explore it from a creative side, which is, you know, it's concatenating facts and our kind of personal spin on what happened. It was a refreshing exercise. Actually, it really was, because we're so used to just being like, no, these are the facts. You know, this is what it says in the grimoire. You know, for Destiny 1, no grimoire for Destiny 2. But you know, this is what this says. And for this project, it was more along the lines of like the Hunt the Truth series that Halo did. That's
immediately what I thought of when I saw the scripts.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, for me, that was like, as soon as you guys were like kind of tossing that idea out back when we like first started, I was like, that was kind of, you know, honestly, that was kind of where I was like, I've always tried to keep, you know, when I talk about game lore, I always try to keep it within the fourth wall, because, you know, there's a degree of which it's kind of like, I know more than the characters know, and that's a very thin line or a very hard line to walk sometimes, especially when you're trying to explain like why a character is acting the way they're doing, you know, the psychology of characters and everything. So this was actually something that I've done a lot of behind the scenes, but not really ever like in front of someone. So that was actually where the nerve-wracking part came in for me, was like, oh, I don't know if I approach this this paradigm the same way as as everyone else, which made it both difficult and easy, because at the same time that it was kind of like, I don't know if anyone's going to really understand it. It was also, well, Guardians are also kind of unique, so every Guardian kind of has a different approach, which is why I kind of picked a Hunter, because they always are kind of the individuals out there. So yeah, that's a long answer to the question.
It was a good answer.
And we're out of time.
Yeah, and we're done. I told you.
Man, so my question is, what's next? So I saw a question earlier about how long the series is going to be. It's going to be about 13 episodes. It's about a Netflix series, I guess I can say. This is going to end.
Don't put that expectation.
No. Okay.
Please, God.
Well, I can't say that this is going to be a summer-long project. We're going to end in around August, which is a long time.
The plan is to finish the whole thing.
Look what you started, Blue. Look what you started in the chat.
Yeah.
Let me
masterclass
right now. You chose a Titan for a reason. That's all I'm saying.
Hunters, sorry. I'm a hunter.
I'm a warlock, so the ultimate trio.
But yeah,
second class citizens.
Oh my god, what did we start? So Etski, what's next, man? When can we expect episode 2 and 3? You don't have to give an exact date, but like around.
Probably in aim is for about 5 days from now. Episode 2, if
honestly, I did not know that.
Well, yeah, there's a schedule up there. The plan is to release this over the next, say, 2-3 months and finish it all just before Destiny 2, because we don't want to leak into people's Destiny 2 playtime, don't we? So
yeah, no, of course.
And obviously, as soon as we get into that universe, the story's changed. So this is also a nice, good sort of homage to the whole story around Destiny 1. I mean, we've been in this game for what, 3 about years now, so.
I know, like, some people were like, oh, you guys just released this series right after Luke Smith confirmed that this story is gonna be scrapped in D2 or something like that. I was like, come on, guys, like we're doing this for fun. It's a fun project. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why he scrapped it. It's because we finished it.
You guys are going to enjoy this a lot, trust me. So, and Miss Noodle, what can we expect from art next? And just one more thing, Alisia Rose Art, she also worked on the art for this episode and future episodes. So what can we expect in terms of art?
I have no idea.
It's honestly whatever we throw at them. Do you want to talk to them about?
No,
don't tell them specifically what we had drawn up, but do you want to tell them about how we were rocking for a little bit before we changed the story?
Wait, me?
No.
Or
Noodle.
the backgrounds, you mean?
Yeah, but we were talking about with the storyboardings and stuff.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, just talk about it. Just talk about
it. So what we had was we were originally gonna have the art kind of portray things that we couldn't in Machinima, and it just became too much to do, because it was like 3 or 4 drawings an episode, and that's crazy for 2 people to do. So, but it really is just like, dependent on the episode, dependent on the story that we're going to tell for that episode, and whether they still like us at that point.
I mean the next episode.
Oh, after this stream, I'm leaving.
And this is it, guys. We're done with this whole series.
No, what I really like about the process as well is that we get a few topics that we can pick out of, and then we just draw based off of that. So there's a lot of creative freedom in terms of what the artist can and can't do.
Yeah, I think like originally when Etski and I sat down, and we started to think about this project, it changed dramatically. We were going to do something like a record book series where it was like a record book, and we were going to animate it and have like notes and stuff. It was just became too complicated. But I think this is, I love. Oh, it's
well, yeah. I mean, the next episode, that's sort of the. Without ruining it too much, it's going to be more sort of storybook style of it. So I'm going to be using a lot more of Alisia's and Noodle's art in that one, where I get to cut it up, play around with it in 3D space, and do some more creative stuff, which I love doing. So yeah, this whole project is just a nice big experiment and experience in a lot of different things. Yeah, and it's surprisingly come together better than I thought.
Just to list some of the writers on this project, is we have Blue Crew, we have Sir Wallen, we have Handsome Dragon, we have the Guardian 21. Like, we have so many awesome lore writers on this project, and I cannot wait to see where we take it. I'm excited, guys.
Yeah, exactly. So am I.
Oh yeah. So before we wrap this up, I know Killer Beast, you have a code to give away, a Union of Light code.
So this episode could not have debuted at premiered at a better time, because we just hit 14K subscribers on the YouTube channel, and I had to open my mouth and say that if we got to 14K, I'd give something away. And those greedy little, they did it in a day. They did it in a day. So I have a code right here. And so I hope everyone's ready. I hope you don't have lag, because that'll mess up your chances. All right, the code.
You should also type it in chat.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh crap!
All right, read it and I'll type it.
I'm on Xbox right now. I'm not doing that.
I'll type it.
I can type it. You read it. I'll type.
There you go. It's PGAGXNYPV. So you're gonna take that code. I'll repeat it one more time.
I'm gonna deploy it. I'm gonna deploy it right now.
All right,
there you go.
Go.
It's PGAGXNYPV. You're gonna take that code. You're gonna go to bungie.net/redeem, and it's gonna have some instructions for you to follow. You're gonna type that code in, and it should give you a Union of Light emblem.
Yep.
So that's my thank you.
Nice, Griggs got it. Nice, Griggs.
Griggs
TTV.
Congratulations,
Griggs is
Griggs.
awesome. Nice.
I'm jelly. I don't even have it.
Yeah.
You read the code. You read the code. You should have typed it on.
And they gave them to me. So.
But I felt I was cheating if I just took it.
Well, you didn't specifically say where you were typing it at, so you could have been typing it on the bungie.net/redeem. Just say it.
Types one letter wrong, puts the real one in,
sabotages the whole thing.
I don't think that's selfish.
No, that's an opportunist right there.
Survival of the fittest is what it is.
All right, guys. So I think we could wrap it up here. That was episode 1. I'm excited. We have all summer long to show off this project. So where can we find you guys on social media? Blue Crew, we're gonna start up with you, man.
Oh man, I'll just direct everyone to Focus Fires, because that's pretty much where we do everything. We are on Twitter at Focus Fire Chat. We just launched a new website over at www.focusfirechat.com. So that has all our podcast episodes, our schedules, and everything like that. But it also, we are starting to do some articles from the community. So you have some lore articles. We actually have a few people who are actually talking about doing some fan fiction, Destiny fan fiction for their Guardians and stuff like that. So we're gonna see what we can get going over there, but that's what that new site is for, and that's pretty much it. All our social media is under Focus Fire Chat. So
nice. All right, and Killer Beast 61, man, you're up.
Killer Beast. All right, so I mean, obviously you can find me here at Destiny Tracker, on the YouTube channel, making some daily content for all of you delicious viewers. This I am going to have type in the chat. My Twitter handle is Amin_Lamkita. There we go. There it goes. That's a difficult one. And then you can also find me on my other YouTube channel, K&K Media, smaller channel. But I post to that every now and then. I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, that's me.
All right, Miss Noodle.
I'm just on Twitter and Twitch. So on Twitter, you can find me at _ Miss Noodle. The L is actually an L in this one. Or you can pop into my Twitch stream on weekends. I'm usually streaming trials, which is just Miss Nudie.
Nasty.
That's how I get the viewers. Just let it happen.
I bet, yeah. Go to www.goodnoodle.xxx.
False advertising. This is not what I signed up for.
And Etski, where can we
Just
find
her
you, man?
soloing a raid. What is this?
You can find me on Twitter, ET5KI, or you can just jump into my community Discord. I'm always in there chatting away, doing random things. So if you guys wanna jump in, that's discord.me/Olympus community.
Alright, and you guys can find me at J_DTR on Twitter. Alright guys, well thank you guys so much for watching this, and we're super excited. This is gonna be to an awesome summer, and I cannot wait. And we shall see you all later. Adios.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye-bye.